Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Thank you so much for joining us, subscribers, viewers, trolls. We welcome all of you. You know, it's been a while. It's been almost a month since we put out a video. It's time to catch up. Time to tell you why. Time to tell you what's going on. And time to tell you about some changes we've got coming up in the channel. So, let's get started.
Why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
All right. So for many of you, the last time you saw us, we were in Thailand. We go to Thailand a couple times a year, and we went to Thailand. I was fine. Got to Thailand, I was fine. Checked into the hotel, I was fine. The next morning, I woke up sick. And then it just got progressively worse. Chills, fever, sweating. The room was on Arctic freeze, and I was sweating bullets, but at the same time shivering and everything that went along with it. So went ahead, and because it was in Thailand, you can get a hold of real Pfizer Corporation, Pfizer Drug Company, Z-Packs. Went on a Z-Pack, felt better. All right, 3 days. We were in Thailand 2 weeks, meeting friends, taking care of things, came back. All right. We did a whole bunch of videos there. I haven't done anything with them. That's the honest truth. Now, we got back. I got sicker again. And then it got worse. And then it got worse. And to be very honest with you, what eventually happened was I couldn't breathe. We went to the ER. I couldn't catch my breath. It turned out I had severe bacterial pneumonia. High WBC, white blood cells, it was bacterial. All right. I saw the x-ray. I looked at it. I had a tremendous amount of solid or encapsulated congestion in my left lung. It was nasty. So I have been on oxygen therapy, nebulizer therapy, and antibiotics for the past week and a half now. I'm on a nebulizer 4 times a day, 5 times a day, 3 different types of nebulized medicine, the whole 9 yards. I'm doing much, much better. But that is where we've been. I expect to be at about 100%, probably within a week. But I intend to make it out to Tequila Reef for breakfast on Thursday, if any of you are going to be out and about. Now, where are we going? Well, you know what? During this period of time, I was able to have the time to reflect on our channel, to reflect on its purpose for us. And I came to a conclusion, and it's pretty simple. I mean, it makes sense, to be honest with you. Everybody can do videos. There's 1,000 people doing videos about the Philippines, and 999 of those videos have already been done 25 times. It's the same information over and over. Very few people are putting out new information. Now, you've got people that tell stories. You've got people that try and bring in humor. You've got all kinds of different things. But on the whole, the information that's out there is out there. And secondarily to that, we just don't apply. We really and truly don't. Our idea of retirement is not going to be the same as your idea of retirement. I don't look at retirement as sitting around doing nothing. I don't look at retirement as not interacting with other people. And I certainly don't look at retirement as being an absolute couch potato. That being said, some people do, and more power to them. That's great. But here's what's really changing. Our channel is going to be aimed more at, now in the future of expats. In other words, what's going on in your home country, all right? And I'm going to be paying specific attention to the U.S. and to the UK. What's going on in your country, and how is it going to impact you as an expat? Could it be a negative? Could it be a positive? I mean, there are so many topics. Number one, all right, we're looking at here's one like real simple, right here. Let's see here. Today, Kristi Noem calls for a full travel ban on countries flooding the U.S. with immigrants after D.C. attack. Now, we're going to go into that. All right, we'll talk about it, but not at this one. But I would say this. Think about this. What is your position going to be if you live in a country that the United States is fucking over? If you live in a country that the United States is given the shaft, all right? I mean, if you live in a country, that the United States is giving the shaft, are you persona non grata? Do you have options? Are you going somewhere? Do you have an escape plan? Do you even concern it? I mean, sure, many of us, we're able to bring our spouses back to the U.S. if we want. All right? Great. But many do not have that option. They don't have the option to bring their children back. They don't have the option to bring their spouses, their partners, whatever, back. That's one issue. Social Security. You really think it's going to just sit around and be the same? Yeah, the magic cup, all right? You really think there aren't going to be radical changes in Social Security and disability? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Many of you are going to be grandfathered in, so to speak. In other words, it's political suicide for either party to attack benefits that are already out there. But for many of you that are going to be entering into those benefits later, those things can change. And they may very well change. And you know what? There's always been that talk of, is it possible that you're not going to get your Social Security unless you live in the U.S.? They don't want you spending that money outside the U.S. They want you to bring it in to the U.S. to bolster that economy. What about disability? You know what? If I didn't know better, I would say somebody smart in the welfare department, all right, or the disability department or whatever, they're going to put together AI and they're going to scour social media and they're going to see people that are on disability that aren't disabled. And if you don't think there aren't a lot of them, you're wrong. Okay? That's just the bottom line. We're going to explore things like that. We're going to explore the current events. We're going to explore how America needs to watch that it does not fall into that deep, dark abyss that the UK has done. How it is just really getting rampant. We're not taking political sides. We're not laying blame on individuals. We're saying between corruption, between the nanny state, between the lack of people manning up and earning a living and working for a living, between the government being able to help industry create jobs. How do these things impact? you as an expat. Because if you think that it's not going to impact you as an expat, you're wrong. Finally, Christmas is coming. And so we're going to be busy. We have our usual Christmas charities that we deal with this time of year. All right. And then we have our charity, us, our personal charity, ourselves. We put on a big home cooked Christmas party dinner every Christmas. We don't do Thanksgiving. We do buffet. We went to Goji, the Marriott, for their Thanksgiving buffet, which I suffered through. I was still sick, but I made it. It was great. Turkey, ham, roast beef, prime rib, ribs, sausages, sushi, all kinds of stuff. Okay? But they had an incredible salad bar too. And that is one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy at a decent buffet is a salad bar. But that's a different story. Anyways, we're going to be putting on our Christmas event. And our Christmas event isn't full of prizes or it isn't full of presents. It is other expats, their wives, their girlfriends, and other Filipino friends that we will have. So we will probably have somewhere between, maybe 12 to 16 guests for for Christmas dinner. And on the list, we're going to roast a turkey breast. Okay. In addition to the turkey breast, we're going to have ham. I'll make a honey baked ham with honey and brown sugar. We'll make some American sides and Filipino sides as well. So, with all of that coming, the one thing that we could say is we hope your holiday was great. We're sorry we weren't able to reach out to you during Thanksgiving. Sometimes when you're sick, you just don't want to do anything. And I didn't. I didn't want to do a damn thing. But all of these things being said, that's the direction. I don't want to deal with other expats' YouTube channels. I really and truly don't. It is worthless. It is absolutely worth the lies that are coming out of YouTube right now are so ridiculous. It's funny. The number of people buying subscribers, buying views, using YouTube promotions. If you don't think one of your favorite bloggers isn't using YouTube promotions, email me and I will tell you exactly how you can look at their data to know that they are. All right? Even when they're doing just those little $25 and $50 ones. You think you can get away with shit. You can't. All right? But it doesn't matter. I am not going to get into it with others. What I found is that expat YouTubers, they just get ruthless. And it's not worth it for us. It really and truly isn't. Don't get me wrong. Still want to be friends with them. Still want to chat with them. Still want to wish them well. But am I going to talk about them? No, I'm not. They're not worth it. They really and truly aren't. All right? You keep putting out the same garbage and it'll be what it is. All of that being said, that's the direction we're going. We're going to talk about things that may impact you, actually have an impact on you. We're going to ask you for your input. What do you see when you're in the States? All right. Almost all of our expat friends routinely visit back to the States. So many of you do as well. We're going to talk about that as, all kinds of other stuff like that. As far as the Philippines goes, there's so much information out there that even if I sat here and put out perfect information all day, every day, twice a day, it would get lost in the mix and it's just not worth it. So tell us what you think. Do you think this is a good direction? Would you be interested in something that tries to keep up with world events that may impact your future? I don't know, but we think so. Otherwise, we wish you a great day. Be safe. Take care.